Yo, guys. It is Old Man G here, back again for another match reaction. But before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter at smash notification. Obviously, this is quite a late one because there was a there was a late kickoff today, so the match reaction is quite late. But I appreciate if everyone is tuning in. Everyone who's watching on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, and all the rest of it. So yeah, please get involved. I really appreciate it. So let's get onto the match right. Manchester United 4 eventually, and Sheffield United 2 in what was eventually a win for Manchester United, but we made it very difficult for ourselves. We made it very difficult for ourselves. I'm not gonna lie, you know, you see the first goal conceded by Onana, and it's like, oh, everything summarizes a mistake, which obviously is on him. You should look for the pass, you know. And again, you know, you see this with this United team, the kind of the sloppiness. You know, the sloppiness, the ease of which we just make some of these, you know, stupid mistakes. I just personally just don't get it. I think it's embarrassing, and I don't know. You know, it's too late to say we need to sort it out, because you know it's been a pattern all season. You know, and there'll be a couple of players today again where you saw where like these guys look like they're on their way out, because just the way that, you know, Casemiro, man. I mean, you know, but we'll talk about Casemiro later. So, but just the manner in which some of these passes, the play, the flippiness, it's just like it's just got to be a mentality issue. It has to be a mentality issue with these players, and they're just not good enough. I don't know why, I don't know when, I don't know how, but they just aren't good enough for this team, and it's just it's not really it's not really ideal. So you know, United obviously, you can see the goal, and you're thinking, and this is obviously after that. In fairness, this is after Manchester United had obviously had, you know, plenty of chances, and one of the things that I said in defense of Onana, and everything that was going on, sorry, 1 second, was it's very easy to criticize a goal and make a mistake and conceding goal. Oh, he should have saved that, he should have got that, blah blah blah. But I'm sorry, but if you look at the Premier League table, Manchester United have, I think, the 4th best defensive record in the league in terms of the amount of goals they've conceded. We're 4th. So even if you include Onana's mistakes and we can conceded goals and blah 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 blah, at the end of the day, we defensively, we'd still be 4th. We'd still be in top 4. So we're not in top 4 because we've conceded goals. Not in top 4 because we've conceded goals. We're not in top 4 because we've not been scoring enough. And when you look at the amount of, when you look at the amount of goals that United have scored, I think we're in the bottom. I think it must be 14th or 15th in the league. That is terrible. And I get it. You know, you're relying on youngsters, you're relying on Garnacho. I mean, you look at our front line, we're relying on the Garnachos, the Amads, the Hoylands, etc. We have a very inexperienced front line, and that, you know, and that in a sense, and I mean, it's difficult to say, because you put that on the manager, you put that on the board, because Rashford, in a sense, is our most experienced. You know, Martial is our most experienced, but he's out injured. He's not. I don't know what's happened to Martial. Basically, Rashford effectively is our most experienced forward that we have in our team. Anstey should be a second based on his age, but he's not good. So you're left with Amad, Hoyland, and Garnacho, who are basically all less than 20. You know, it isn't to say that, like, you look at the front, you look at Arsenal, you look at Liverpool, City, etc. They have forwards that at least have more experience, or at least are older. United are relying on youth to get the job done, and the lack of stepping up from the team is just, it's a joke. It's a joke. Big up to Toby and Chapman, thank you for joining. I'm going to start. Yes, we're going to talk about Ahmad in a second. We're going to talk about Ahmad in a second, because to be honest, to me, just like in the Liverpool game, and in so many games Ahmad come on, when Ahmad has come on, it has made a difference. And we won the half. I think against Bournemouth, he comes on, we won the half. For me, Ahmad has to start. Like, you know, and it was very interesting hearing Ten Hag's comments about oh, there's competition for places in that position. What competition, Ten Hag? As a genuine, I'm asking genuine, where's the competition? Because we had Sancho there, but you fell out with Sancho, so he's now gone on loan to Dortmund. When that Martial is nowhere to be seen, so the amount of attackers that we have is Rashford, Garnacho, Højlund, Anthony, and Ahmad. So there's five spots for free. Okay. Yes, Ahmad has been injured for a bit, but 5 into 3. Okay, fine. He's not going to play as number 9, so you can take Højlund out of it really, and then Rashford can play there. So really, who's he competing with on that right hand side? Anthony, really. That's about it. That's about it. I'd be curious to see what we rank regarding chance creation. Probably not that great. Not that great. Not that great. Oh, big up. Oh, Don't Smoke, man. Come out of hiding, man. Come out of hiding. Champions again. Champions again. Champions again. Ole. I mean, let's see. Let's see. I mean, it looks like City are probably going to win the league. But you never know. You never know. If Arsenal can cook Spurs the weekend, then, you know, maybe United should throw the game against Arsenal. And then, you know, we'll see what happens. You see, if Spurs get a dub against City or Brighton, who knows? We don't know, Don. But yeah, it's looking like another City Premier League, which is well, fair enough to City fans, man. Fair enough. Liverpool just couldn't do it. Getting cooked by Everton, it just is what it is. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we made way too much work for that. Just way too much. I expect you to end Arsenal at the 5th of June. This team, no. Liverpool are different because Liverpool were looking bad. I've been looking bad for a while. I mean, literally, Liverpool on a terrible run. You know, getting cooked by Atalanta. Then obviously, you know, we were ahead, and then we gave them basically a penalty. Otherwise, we probably would have won that game if you think about it. And then obviously Everton. So Liverpool have not really been playing that well so far. Arsenal, on the other hand, I mean, Arsenal could be different. And I think the momentum with that 5-0, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I won't be. Arsenal will probably beat Spurs, but yeah, it's the away United game. That's the thing. But then, you know, that's not until towards the end of the season, so plenty of games to play. Anyway, so yeah, but obviously, you go in and, you know, Maguire gets that equalizer. I don't know where we'd be without Maguire's goals. I'm not going to lie. I don't know where we'd be without Maguire's goals. Where would we be? You get Maguire's goals. And then, you know, you're 1-1 at the end of at the end of the second. I'm thinking, okay, fine, it's 1-1. Let's just win this game. And then Eriksen, who for me shouldn't have been playing, you know, Amrabat for me should have been. For me, Eriksen is finished. Just pace wise, you know, I've seen it with we saw it with Matic towards the end, but you know, even just now, his passing is just not good. You know, before I was like, okay, you can maybe compensate with Eriksen for his lack of pace with his passing, but his passing is not been great. And you know, another cutback goal, 2-1, and you're thinking, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on? And then he makes a sub and he brings Ahmad on. And for me, that's when the game changed. The game changed when Ahmad came on, because suddenly now we can stretch him. Anthony wasn't doing anything on that, just spinning around, etc., not really doing anything. And if you look for the second goal, where it obviously turned around when we got that penalty. What happened? Ahmad actually hustled to get that corner. And obviously we score / he gets fouled and gets the penalty. To be honest, I'm surprised that they gave a penalty away for the Paul. I was surprised they gave the penalty away for the Paul. I was very, very surprised actually. Usually they don't do that in the Premier League. I mean, it was a foul, but most Premier Leagues don't give it. They say be stronger. But then at the same time, if he doesn't give it, it's still a goal. So I don't know. Maybe he decided to give it because he wanted to give Sheffield United a chance in penalty spot. But anyway, Bruno scored, and it's 2-2. But again, this is because of Ahmad. And then obviously, big up Bruno. Fantastic goal from outside the box. We know that he can do that, and he can strike the ball like that. Obviously, assist to Rasmus for the end. 4-2. Game is over, and Sheffield United, who conceded the most goals in the Premier League, and maybe that's why I should have relaxed, because I mean, they have conceded the most goals in the Premier League, but a sad thing is that watching Manchester United, you just see how many late goals you concede, how many times that we give teams life, give teams opportunity to come back into the game. I was watching 4-2 and still thinking, oh my goodness, what happens if what happens if they score, because there was 9 minutes of additional time. So it's like, well, what happens if they score another goal? What happens if they score a goal in 89, 90 minutes? Like, this United is a type of United team that could potentially bottle this, but thankfully they didn't, and it is what it is. So overall, I'm not going to say that I'm happy. I'm happy that we eventually won, but I wish that we'd not won in that manner. Much like the Coventry game, you're 3-0 up, you see out the game. It's the same thing with this game. It's like, I'm happy that at the end we saw out the game, but to be honest, I actually asked the question: do we see out the game if Ahmad doesn't come on? That's a question for the panel, for people watching the chat and the comments, etc. Do we see out the game if Amad Diallo does not come on the field? Because again, as I stressed, Ten Hag is the one that said there's competition for places. As far as I'm concerned, the only competition for the right wing spot is Anthony. I guess you could say Rashford, because if obviously Rashford plays, Rashford's going to play on the left, and then Garnacho probably plays on the right. But we've not seen Ahmad have any good runs. But there was one time in particular during injury time where he's got 3 players ahead of him, and he does something that Anthony and Garnacho and Rashford, but certainly Rashford and Garnacho and Anthony don't do, which is he held up the ball really well. He's got 3 and then tenacity, and just to keep on going and hold the ball and keep on, like, defensively and hold on. We need this guy. We need this guy, and it's a travesty that he's just been so misused by Ten Hag this season. For me, Ahmad did enough in that game to start. Whether Ten Hag will do or not, I don't know. KT7 says Man United aiming for that Europa League Europa Conference League spot. Nah. I think we should get Europa League. We should get Europa League. I think Newcastle don't have Newcastle, I don't think, have enough for it. Because who are you competing with for the Europa League? Competing with which is the 6th spot. Well, in theory, it's the 6th spot, depending on who wins the FA Cup. So if United win the FA Cup, then that's actually the but anyway, I look at the table and it's basically between in fact, let's have a look here. Let's have the Premier League. So United obviously have gone back to, because Conference League is 7th place last time I checked. Yeah. Let's show that. Yeah, so Conference League is 7th last time I checked. So 53 points, 20 points from City. Bad. Well off from Villa, no chance. Well off from Spurs. We're not completely well off, but yeah. and I think gone are the chances of fifth place going to an English team anyway. It's over. It's over. It's going to a German team. So really, it's Spurs have to basically it's top four, and that's it. Because all the English sides in the Premier League just bricked it. City out, Arsenal out, United out, Newcastle out, Liverpool bricking it, West Ham bricking it, and Villa are the only team that are playing up in football. But yeah, the competition for, I guess, the sixth spot, which is the other Europa League spot, is between Newcastle, West Ham, and Chelsea. Bournemouth probably not in it. So these are the four spots, and you're basically these four teams are competing for a Europa League spot and a Conference League spot. I personally think on the run of form that probably West Ham will get it, but maybe Newcastle might, or who knows, maybe Chelsea might. But they still have to play Villa, Spurs, and West Ham, I think. So who knows? Who knows? Sorry, yeah. Let's just see how many comments and if it goes to play ratings. I think Bruno did. Yeah, he did well today. He was clutch. I mean, yeah, today. But I mean, there've been many other games than today. That's all I'll say. But today, he came clutch. Right. Okay. Let's move. Let me move on here to the player ratings, and let's quickly round this out because it's late in the UK here. So let's just get the player ratings up. I'm going to share this tab instead. Hopefully everyone can see that. Right, I'm going to give Onana 5 people. See, this is I don't know. I think Onana's become like the new Pogba. And not Pogba's not talented Pogba, but just as a kind of like, yes, he made the mistake for the first, but aside from that, what else did he do wrong? And we won the game, so I don't know why he's getting a 4.3. To be honest, I don't get it. So especially because, like I said, at that opportunity, at that time when we conceded that goal, we probably should have been 4-0 up. But I give him a 5, and move on. Wan-Bissaka, man, he just doesn't. I mean, even for the he was part of the ball watching for the second. I mean, I'll give him. We won the game, so I'll give him a 5. Yeah, I'll give him a 5. But again, just I don't know what's going on with Wan-Bissaka, man. I mean, I think maybe it is these injuries. Legit, maybe it is these injuries that are just not, and they're not doing it. Maybe it is these injuries. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. Sorry, being a bit distracted. Who's next? Harry Maguire for me. He's not man of the match, but again, a goal. Are there any of the goals his faults? Maybe you could not ball watch as well, but that's not really on you. I'm going to give Harry Maguire 7, man. Yeah, I'm going to ask for Harry Maguire 7 for me. And again, as I said, it makes an interesting situation for someone because a lot of people say Maguire should go, but I'm like, okay, but how many are we buying 2 centre backs in the summer? Because Varane will go, Evans will go, and so therefore you're left with Lisandro, Lindelof, Maguire, and maybe Willie. But Lindelof has also shown. I mean, I'm now starting to think Lindelof is injury prone. Maybe it's a back issue, etc. Because Lindelof has also been injured and was also injured quite a bit last season as well. So for me, if you're picking it based on availability, Lindelof maybe is better on the ball slightly than Maguire. Maguire's available, and Maguire will also score more goals. So I don't know. Is Willie good enough? Maybe you give him a loan, and then you buy 2 centre backs. But that's assuming you buy 2 centre backs, because I still know Lisandro has basically not played this season, and it does worry me when a player misses an entire season. Are they really going to be fit to come back? Because remember, it's the Copa America this summer. And there's no doubt in my mind that Lisandro, like, he's going to be fit. Maybe might play the FA Cup. He's going to play the Copa. And then what happens if he plays the Copa, which is obviously the refereeing is sometimes lax. What happens if he gets injured again? You know, do people want to really take that chance where he's fit at the end of the season, plays the FA Cup, goes to Copa, gets injured, significant injury, and then we need to think, hang on a minute, we can't go into the season with Maguire and a crooked Lindelof and hope to do something. So, you know, food for thought. Food for thought. Lisandro equals Reece James. Yeah, at this point. Casemiro. I'm gonna give Casemiro. What? I'll give him a 4. Maybe I'm in the on. I don't really know. Yes, I admit that he made some good balls interception today, but I still don't think he had a good game. Like, I don't actually know why you have to rating Casemiro higher than Wan-Bissaka and Onana. Like, this is the problem with the United fan base, is that it's like people don't seem to understand that we are conceding way too many chances, and we're conceding way too many chances because of our midfield. So when our defensive win, we're like, oh my goodness, like, but why are we conceding the chance in the first place? At one point towards the end of the first half, it looked like we were being overrun. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I don't know. For me, you know, he made 1 or 2, but like he made a lot of horrible passes as well. And him and potentially Eriksen, was certainly responsible for that second goal. So, but also we won the game. So I can't really give him lower than a 4. So we won the game. So 5. I'll give him a 5. But for me, he didn't have a good game. Dallo, I'll give Dallo a 6. You know, all right, okay, steady Eddie. Performance, I don't think really put anything wrong. Mainu, I don't think this is a good game or anything. I mean, no, it did a bit of. I'll give Mainu a 6. Yeah, academy stuff like that as well. Steady Eddie, not his best performance, you know. So, but you know, I think a 6. I think a 6 is fair for Mainu. Eriksen, I mean, I'm going to give Eriksen a 4. I'm giving him a 4, man. I don't care. I'm keeping it. He needs to be let go. The guy has no pace. Like, people are giving, again, another over 3. I don't get it. Because he made that mistake with the goal, it validates the rest of the experience. But somehow, Eriksen, tell some comment in the chat or in the comments, tell me what exactly is it that Eriksen did today? The second goal is on him. And on the weekend, when he came on, we were significantly worse. He doesn't have legs. His passing is not that good anymore. Like, I don't know. I'm sticking to my 4 for me. For me, he was the worst player on the field. Bruno, my man of match. Let's give Bruno an 8. You know, brilliant goal, penalty, assist. This was his type of game. I just wish it was just more consistent. Anthony, I mean, he got subbed off. Let's give Anthony a 5. I don't think he really did much at all. No, and this is and with the amount of players that had scored a 5, we needed Bruno Fernandes to come in clutch, given the amount of players that are scoring in 5. Garnacho, do I give Garnacho a 6? Yeah. Okay game. Okay, nothing special. Okay. Rasmus got the goal, kept on hustling. 6 or 7. Yeah, give him a 6. Got the 4th goal, good hustling. Good for him to get the goal as well, you know, and to keep the tally and to try and, you know, keep himself going. Ahmad, for me, he's not much, but he's a 7. I don't know, you know. I don't know United Standard community, so but I think to just give him a 6. I don't know whether people are just looking at GA and assists. Because he doesn't get a GA, he's suddenly, you know, not good or whatever. For me, I don't know. I don't know. I personally I find that strange because you could clearly see when Ahmad came on, the team changed. For me, he was the most important. You know, if it wasn't for him, I don't think Bruno gets man of the match. You know, they forget the hustle that he did to win the corner to get the second goal, or actually the professional experience holding onto the ball to one down the clock instead of just conceding the ball. Him always being ready on the break as well. If he needs more game time for me, and it's tiring that Anthony. I mean, you know, people, you know, no, he should be starting ahead of Anthony. McTominay 5, didn't really notice him really that many. Amrabat 5, it was okay. Big up Ethan, man. Big up Ethan. Nice cameo. I'd like to, you know, maybe if we can get, because we're not getting obviously top 4, so if we can get 5th or 6th Europa League football secure, which would be the 6th spot, we could maybe give more attention to youth. Ten Hag, average performance, I guess. Made it light work, made it difficult. I'm sure he was like, what are these guys doing to me? But eventually we got the win, so can't really complain, can we? Right, okay. So that's our play ratings, guys. And thank you so much for everyone who tuned in and who will be watching post-match as well. I know it is late. Thank you for those watching on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Instagram, X, smash that notification button. Get involved in our TikTok and Instagram pages as well. We'll be back. Oh, will I be back at the weekend? Maybe might be back at the weekend. The game against Burnley, and you know it's home again. Can we at least make it easy for ourselves? Can we at least do that? Have a nice day, everyone, and cheers. Peace.